to the First 40 Sports Show with the Goon Squad. It's Black Door Ice Water and yours truly, Puma. We're going to go to hot takes. Black, what's your hot take this week?
I'm wondering, I'm looking at the coach of Michigan. Shareem, I think his first name is, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm wondering, after this year, when it's all settled down, who's going to offer him a job? He might not want to leave, but who's offering that young man a position? I didn't realize he was, in his late 30s? Who's going to give him a job? That's the question. Who's coming for him?
I had a buddy who asked the same thing. He said Ohio State. But what are your thoughts to this, man?
I'm thinking it's probably going to be somewhere like, what is that going to be? It's going to be like the Big 12, whatever, something like that. It might be a lower tier program. Somebody, but even to the point, I wish the Pac-12 was still around. But you might think about some Arizona State or somebody like that has an open position. I can see somebody coming after him because why not take a chance? Or definitely a MAC team. I mean, he's clearly worthwhile to being a MAC coach. But I mean, I don't know. You've had 6 games to do that as a head coach. Is that enough? But from a MAC standpoint, maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I can't see him being in a Power 5. I'm going to nix the Arizona State because you had a black coach and you sabotaged him. So I wouldn't go there anytime soon. And they deserve everything they get after that particular scandal. But I would go with maybe, the American Conference somewhere. It's not going to be a Power 5. I don't think it's going to be a Power 5 because people are going to say that it's Harbaugh's team. You just kind of took over the reins for a little bit, but it's Harbaugh's team. So why do you deserve, even though you won some big games, people could still say Harbaugh was still behind the scenes, pulling the levers and doing whatever. So I can't see him being a head coach at a Power 5 school. Black?
It's interesting because I hear that. And I look at Texas A&M, see what they gave the coach, going out the door. And they hired the head coach, if I'm not mistaken, from Duke. Let's keep it real. Duke. I'm saying to myself, y'all couldn't wait around. Now, realistically, you could say he won some games with Harbaugh was there, but he's been offensive coordinator once. And if you look at the way that offensive line, and he's offensive line, assistant coach. You mean to tell me Texas A&M couldn't use him?
Yeah.
In SEC? That type of running game with a good quarterback? And that's what I'm saying. Is that I know, we probably think he's got to go small, but I'm like, hell, if you can pay Jim Bumbo Elliott what you paid him, they should be knocking his door down in Texas A&M. They should have been trying to get him over there.
The other question, Black, is can he recruit? Does he have the recruitment power? Can he go out there and get the players to Texas has a lot of good players, but can he go out there and recruit? Does he know the terrain?
I think so. Here again, I heard you two say, he was under Jim Harbaugh. That to me, that's enough. He's been there long enough to learn what to do, what to say under Jim Harbaugh. And I'm like, yes, why not? I think so. I think he should be given an opportunity. I'm not saying just because what he's done the last couple of weeks, but I think he's done enough under Harbaugh. That offense, let's face it, a couple of years ago, we didn't think about Michigan having an offense. Look at our offensive line now. She runs. Look at that quarterback now. He's offensive coordinator. At what point is he going to get respect enough to go, you know what? Let me do what I'm doing. Look at Lincoln Riley and USC. He left Oklahoma and went to USC. What's what? But yet they'll look at him like he's a guru. The only thing I see is 2 different shades, bro. 2 different shades is all I see.
Good points. Ice, what's your first take?
First question is going to be about Aaron Rodgers. Really, bro? It's been 11 weeks. Where they do that at, bro? I understand, even if you think you're Superman, whatever. But seriously, the fact that they let you even come to practice and practicing, or at least showing up to ride the bike or whatever, man, give me a break. Do this team a favor, do the NFL a favor, do the fans a favor. You can come back, you can work out, whatever. Do not bring your ass in the game. Don't even take no physical contact. This is ridiculous. The Jets, y'all not going nowhere. Everybody knows it. I have picked you over the season. I called you my Jets. And you won me a lot of damn games. I appreciate y'all for that. But if you do this is so horrible. This is just really it will be a mockery of the game that we know as the NFL. Because we know he's not ready. And you get out there for 2 plays and get hurt again.
Yeah, he has another partner in crime. They're trying to bring Tiger Woods back again. So it's Aaron Rodgers and Tiger Woods. Black, your thoughts. I got some great thoughts on this one.
I'm gonna say this, man. There hasn't been. You thought Terrell Owens was a diva. You know, we looked at Terrell Owens being a diva and all this. There's no bigger diva in the past 15 years than Aaron Rodgers. Let's just keep it real. That brother's that man. I even call him a brother. That was a huge diva, and that's all this is. Look at me, pay attention to me. I'm rehab for 39 years old. Go sit down, man. You go sit down. But Aaron Rodgers makes everything about himself. It's about me. It's about me. Look at me, pay attention. That's all I see, bro. I mean, if you get out there and play and throw football, yeah, you can be the talk for a week or two, and that's all he wants, man. That's all he wants. That's it. He wants to go in the off season. People talking about. You got it. Go for it, bro. Good luck.
So let me get this straight. You still get paid when you're injured, right? So he's trying to justify that check. He's trying to placate to the fans, like I'm working, I'm doing everything I can to get back on the field because I don't want to disappoint you all. He's trying to do. This is kind of PR for him. PR to get on there. He's fighting. He's a New Yorker. He's gritty. He's going to get back no matter what the record is. And he's trying to justify, he's trying to stay relevant, justify his existence with the Jets organization. That coach may not be there at the end of this season, but he's trying to justify his job to continue to get paid even while he's injured. And when he comes back, whenever he comes back, I don't think it's this season. Ice?
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. Like you said, all those things. It's all about hype. It's marketing. It's trying to let people know, okay, that's all well and good. But if your team does not really have a chance to come back, right? Even if you do play, it's not going to guarantee anything. It is been a very difficult season. So if they were winning a few more games, I might say yeah. But then again, why risk it? Right? I mean, does that mean that you're really a hell of an athlete or you're a hero now that you're willing to put it out on the line out of stupidity? I mean, come on, bro. It don't make sense. It don't make sense whatsoever from a health standpoint. I don't care if they say you are. Like I had hip surgery, and they were like, "Well, you're gonna be back to work in about 5 weeks." Are you nuts? Well, Mr. Johnson came back. I ain't Mr. Johnson, Mr. Johnson. and he over there hurting, rubbing his leg, taking all kind of no dose. Yeah, I see that y'all simpletons, man. Just because it says something on the box doesn't mean that's the way it always works.
Oh, that's classic right there, man. That's classic.
So Underdog, put that on the T-shirt. Let's talk about Josh Giddey, man. And a lot of networks, I can't find stories this guy's on the network and why they're not talking about this guy. Of course, Josh Giddey, the allegations that he had a relationship with a minor. I believe he's 21 years old. He's still playing in the NBA. Ice, help me out with this. How come folks, even Malika on ESPN, who was firing against black players, all of a sudden quiet with this?
Malika probably got the orders, bro, from up top somewhere. And we already know what's going on there. She pick and choose what she like because of the situation she on. And I ain't mad. You date who you want to, be with who you want to. And then ironically with her, it's like you pick and choose when you want to, deal with the shade, right? You pick and choose when you want to express and receive the melanin, right? That's in your body supposedly. But yeah, I just think that from the standpoint of one, he's Canadian, right? There's something about them. They, when it's Canadians, they look a certain kind of thing, look at them a certain kind of way, and then they just don't say anything because they pick and choose. Because now he's also a one of the stars of that young team, right? OKC is on top. They want to consider one of the two best teams in the West right now, and they're flowing. So you bring this up, that scandal, that's bringing down the shield, if you want to, with the NBA and all of that. So they don't want to stop it until there's proof. But now, because I guess there's more true evidence coming out, their NBA is forced to investigate along with the police. There's a lot of other things coming down that you cannot turn away from. But Malika, man, I'm just saying, bro. I mean, you got your money, I ain't mad at you, but with her from the standpoint, she pick and choose, and she ain't down. She ain't down. You don't have to be down. You don't have to. But don't fake the funk on a nasty dump, baby. That's all I'm saying. You ain't ready. You ain't down. You ain't down.
Got them quotables today, boy. Black, what's your thoughts on this story, man?
I'm loving that, man. I'm loving it. You know what's interesting? I'm looking at this, and I thought about Kyrie Irving, and that was kind of really when Kyrie Irving was doing what he was doing. Of course, the league was up against him, but the owner basically stepped in and decided basically we're going to take you off the floor. We're going to do X, Y, Z. What was going on? I'm looking at OKC ownership, and they're saying nothing. But when they're not saying anything, I think it's incumbent upon the NBA and Adam Silverman because if anything, I mean, with Kyrie Irving, you at least did this. You brought him in and you talked to him, Adam Silverman. If I'm correct, you had a conversation with him. I look at the NFL, and I'm not saying everybody runs their business different, but no, I'm sorry. Stay with the NBA. When John Morant was going through, and you brought him in, you talked to him. This cat here, go as usual. There's an investigation going on with a minor. I mean, the heaviness of this, and you just act like go out there, roll a basketball. I don't give a damn. He's going to name me. I don't care what he is. I don't care. But you're acting like this is no big deal. Minimum. Why not bring him to New York and talk to him? Minimum, nothing. Oh, we're just gonna let the NBA do his investigation. That's what we're doing. That right there to me, realistically, that's the smack in the face because we're talking about a minor that doesn't know any better. A minor. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about somebody's position on a movie, a book, someone playing around on social media trying to be something they're not. We're talking about a minor, which nobody obviously cares about. Nobody cares about. They really don't. So miss me with all that when you got the things with the grace and all this stuff, because at the end of the day, you can't sell this for. It's probably going to blow up right in your face, which it needs to.
Yeah, this is crazy, and all that energy with John Morant and Kyrie Irving, and no energy on this, and also it's a smack in the face to women. It really is. Like sports, as far as male sports, it's always a smack in the face of women, and really not doing what you're supposed to do to protect women and disrespecting them at all costs just to keep that dollar rolling in. And I say that to all leagues. Let's go to NCAA football. Some interesting games last week. Alabama, them Bama boys are on the cusp of doing it. They go up against Georgia, and if they beat Georgia, who's to say that they don't belong in the top four? You have Florida State, who jumped back up into the number 4 spot. We'll see how they do against Louisville this week. Washington and Oregon, one of those teams got to drop out of the top four. Oregon is in the top 5 right now. They have a chance to get into the playoff system. Michigan and Ohio State had a chance to watch the replay of that game. Michigan holds serve. They're at number 2. Let me go with Black. What are your thoughts, man? There's some championship games coming up on Friday and Saturday that's going to determine who's going to be in the top 4.
Yeah, I'm listening to you, and I thought about this. Alabama has no chance, bro. They really don't. They could beat Georgia, and I think Georgia, let's say Georgia slides down to number 5. Alabama's not going to go past them, bro. With Ohio State being in front of Alabama, Ohio State has a good chance of being in before Alabama, believe it or not, even though they lost to Michigan. I just don't see it for Alabama. It's going to look good, close finish, close shave. They don't have a chance. I think Washington, Oregon, of course, one of those going to kind of two fall in. I'm looking for basically Ohio State to probably jump Florida State, bro. I think they could possibly jump Florida State and kind of make it in. If Georgia loses to Alabama, I can see them drop it down to number 3. I see Michigan, if they should take care of business. It's going to be tough. I can see them slide into number 1. Oregon and one of those 2 will probably be at number 3. And I think it's a possibility again, man, because of Florida State. I think Ohio State, man, has a possible chance to slide in. I don't see Alabama just basically on a rough shot and coming that fast and coming in there, bro. That's a long way to travel. And even though I know Florida State quarterback is not there, if you jump them over Florida State just because their quarterback ain't there, you know what? Rip everything up, bro. Because we already just rip it up. Don't have no committee. Don't do nothing. Just every year put Alabama in. I know they want them there. Let's wait. It's the ties. They travel. They spend money. But I just don't see it for them, man. So I think it's going to come down to Ohio State might kind of jump in. I don't think they're done yet. And I think for the nation, when I say the nation, college football watchers, I think people are tired of Alabama, bro. I think realistically, if you're not a Tide fan, you're just tired of Nick Saban and all the nonsense that goes with them.
Yeah, there's one team I failed to mention. Ice is Texas. Texas
I
is
forgot about Texas.
they're in
Yes.
the cut. Yeah, they're in the cut trying to if they can
Yeah.
beat Oklahoma State, and I mean beat them good.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who's in the playoffs, who's not. And according to all this kind of shaking down, like if some teams we're thinking that it's gonna win, lose, who knows? Who knows who's gonna be in that top four? Ice.
Yeah, I know you talk about Texas, but with that win over Alabama, right? Everybody's talking about that too. But other than that, when you look at you don't know what's happening. As you said, a lot has been already covered from the standpoint of Georgia, right? Georgia, Alabama. I think even if Georgia loses, they still get in, man. I do. Because they've been winning all year. They only got one loss. Alabama their struggle is too because they lost to Texas, right? So, you're trying to put Alabama up there. I don't know. Unless they destroy Georgia. Then you go, okay, yeah, they beat Georgia by 29 points. Yeah, they ready. But I don't see that happening. Number two, Michigan should destroy Iowa. Iowa cannot score any points. So we know Michigan should be solid at two. Some people even saying that there's a possibility that Michigan could be cemented at one, depending on who you talk to or whatever. You look at three, it's just going to be the difference between those two teams. So whoever wins Washington, Oregon, I think they get in. I don't think they both get in though. No. I do not see that. I think whoever wins gets in. And then it's going to be that fourth spot. The fourth spot is, as you said, normally you would not say Florida State being undefeated. If they win, they should get in. I mean, I get that. They might get blowed out because they don't have a quarterback, but that's fair. It's fair, right? But I guarantee you this: the committee is going to do everything they can to do diligence. If something happens to say why Florida State won't get in, if Florida State gets in, if they win convincingly, I think they get in because you can't not throw them away based on what they've done. It's not going to be pretty for the committee. It's not going to be pretty for anybody else because if they get blasted, which means they'll probably end up playing Georgia, right? End up playing Georgia without their quarterback. Yeah. About 42-0 at halftime or something like that. I'm just saying.
That was a big blow.
And I'm not trying to be funny. Yeah. But then the other thing too you got to take in consideration is the fact that you're playing the Louisville squad, right? Louisville is no joke. Mm-mm. I know they lost to Kentucky, but if they have a way to step up and they can step in there and upset somebody, you might want to watch that because I'm telling you, I can see Florida State losing this week. And then you come down to Ohio State. All they can do is wait and see what happens. A lot of things have to happen, but they just have to wait and see. That's all you can do. They've done it a couple times where wait and see, but it may not be their time this year, and just may not. But at 4, you said Texas, yeah, maybe. I don't know. At 4 slot, after what happens, we'll just kind of see what happens. I don't think the team that, like I said, I don't see the Pac-12 getting in 2 teams.
No, I don't.
Till Washington loses. No. Washington has won a lot of games against so-called quality opponents, but they've been very close to losing. They've been close to the edge, coming down to the last minute, and they're going to look at that team. So I think the winner of Washington, Oregon gets in, and also the winning quarterback of that game wins the Heisman.
Okay.
So
Washington and Oregon.
Yeah, the winner of that is going to be the winner of the Heisman Trophy.
Okay. Because a lot of people are beating their chest on the LSU quarterback and the season he has, but we'll see. They're trying to get.
Let me ask you a question about that though, real quick, if I may.
Sure.
You talking about LSU quarterbacks who win the Heisman, but now we're on New Year's on the big day and get ready for the 4.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you have your team has to be really good, and if I'm not mistaken, LSU has 3 losses, right?
Yeah, they do.
How good was he?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're that good, don't you lead your team? I mean, ask Vince Young. Vince Young said, hell, we're right here. I can't win the Heisman. He said, don't worry about it, though. I'm going to win the Natty. And that's what he did. So you just compare. 3 losses is a lot.
Yeah. Let's move on to the NBA and the in-season tournament that will never end. We're in the knockout rounds at this particular point. Saw a game last night with Golden State, Sacramento. The refs did everything they could to make sure Sacramento won that. And I'm going to ask for the eye test, but me and Black talked about this earlier, Ice, is that I think Draymond Green needs to leave, or they need to get rid of Draymond Green. He is a liability for the Golden State Warriors at this particular point. But give me your eye test, man.
Can I start right there with my eye test?
Sure.
I mean, I understand Draymond Green leaving, but he's not the only liability. Klay
Yeah.
Thompson ain't a liability.
Klay
Klay
Thompson.
Thompson,
Yep.
he showed up every blue moon.
Wiggins. Yeah.
Hurt. But at least you know what you're getting from Wiggins, right? Wiggins is Wiggins. But on the other hand, there's so many other guys that are liabilities. And I'm just sitting there going like, why would you not work on that? But as far as the eye test is concerned, Boston's playing well. Of course, I'm surprised about Orlando is playing that well in the East. Really surprised by that. In the West, you look at Minnesota, Denver. Denver's doing well even despite the guard being out. But there's a lot going on. Dallas is playing well with their two-man game. And what's really weird is some of the better teams didn't do well in that tournament. So we got to watch the Lakers. The Lakers in the tournament, watching this in-season tournament. I'm like, what the hell is this? They play good basketball when they want to, but these are not one of the better teams right now. I was rooting for the in-season tournament, but now I'm so confused as to who's on first and who's playing what. I'm like, damn, Detroit in it? Or, I'm saying what? I don't know who's playing.
All right. Black, your thoughts, man.
Yeah, the in-season tournament is a little confusing, man. I got to agree. It's sometimes a little tough to follow. I'm going to tell you, man, I remember the beginning of the season, have Boston ranked up there, and I just didn't see it, man. But I'm here to tell you, man, this coach, I think they finally have adopted to this head coach, and you can see it on the floor. Now, you know what's name is going to be the person they traded in, the old Knicks player. He's always going to be hurt half the time, so they're kind of going with that, and they're getting that done. But I just look like, to me, he has basically put his footprint with these players, and they're going out there executing, man. And what's the name? Drew Holiday, awesome pickup for them, bro. Awesome. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna venture to say he's no comparison to Damian Lillard, but I think he's gonna be a better addition to the Boston Celtics than Damian Lillard's gonna be for Milwaukee. Milwaukee, man, to me, it's like the same old thing. They hot some nights. They throwing some people out there. They running around. What's name is doing a lot of things now, the Greek freak that you're not going to do when the game slows down to get into the playoffs. So I'm not sure about them. I am going to leave this with the West, man. I know some things going on, but Minnesota, damn, I'm just going to give it to them, man. I ain't see this happening. I ain't see this coming. And Minnesota's playing some basketball. They playing some basketball, yes, sir. I know they got the young cat there, but Cat, we give it to him. His numbers. Remember before, Cat used to average for 2 points a game, 3 rebounds. So I'm gonna give it to him. Cat doing his thing.
Yeah, 8-2 in the last 10, with the Nuggets 5-5 in the last 10, and you have 3 teams in the East. You have the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Magic at 8-2 in their last 10. So there's some teams that I didn't see the Magic coming. I didn't even factor them in. But look at here, Black. The Knicks are in the knockout round. So Knicks can win a championship in the in-season tournament. I could dream.
Keep dreaming, baby. At some point, they're gonna break your heart. Get the tissue box.
Yeah. You know what? It's already broken. Mark Cuban selling the majority stake of his team. I was trying to wonder why, and then I guess he bought the team. It was like 200 million, 250 million, and now it's worth like 3.5 or 6 billion. So good investment. Black, your thoughts about Mark Cuban? He sells majority. He will have control of the team, but he sells majority stakes.
Right there's enough, man. Right there's enough. For the most part, why not at this point? If you can make that type of money and walk away, like you said, still have some position into the team. Yeah, man. I think for him, I think it's a smart move. Real smart move. It seems like too, over the past year or two, he's not into it as much as he used to be. When he was into, he was making, his name was always around. He was doing some dumb things on the floor. It seemed like he just kind of lost some interest. He's not excited about it anymore. So to me, I get it, man. I totally understand it. So yeah, get your money, get your millions, or billions, I should say.
Yeah, Ice, your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I'm with Black Throw on that. Plus, two, they look like they're in the position to actually think about trying to win a championship, right? You went out, you did the unthinkable by signing Kyrie, thinking it was gonna make a big difference, right? Did not. Now you got two guys that are together, averaging probably over 70 points a game collectively, but it's still not really doing you any good when it comes to moving forward in the postseason. So they'll look good, they'll look exciting, they'll beat some teams, but you're not making progress. And with that being said, Mark Cuban's been around a long time. Think about it, right? Back in the days of Dirk and whatnot, he's had the team. So he probably said, you know what? Hey, I'm at that point now. This offer is looking really sweet for me. I can still keep my hand in it, still go to the games, raise hell and whatnot. But I don't need to make this, major priority. He can take his money, do something else, or just sit on his cash. So I think that goes a long way for him. So why not? He's been in the game a long time, and he did a great job in regards to always trying to pump up the logo, trying to pump up the league, and trying to take leadership and do some things that were totally unconventional with some new stuff. So I like him as an owner from that standpoint, but he's probably had enough, especially when you're not winning like that.
And I think for some of these owners, these teams, the ownership of these teams are like tax write-offs. They can claim that on their taxes, and I don't see too many owners like making just big money. I know they make big money, but it's like a tax write-off. It's like a plaything to them. They are in the other businesses. Let's go to NCAA basketball. Purdue takes the number 1 spot. Kansas drops to number 5 after they lost last week. Purdue followed by Arizona, Marquette. If you haven't seen Marquette, they're not a big team, but they're a crafty team of kind of seasoned college basketball players that can play really well together. Shaka's doing a good job there. Another team, UConn. Coach Hurley got those guys playing really well. And again, I said Kansas is number 5, followed by Houston, Duke, Miami, and Florida. Baylor at number 9, and Tennessee at number 10. And your boys, Ice Gonzaga, they're at number 11. But I'm going to go to Black first for the eye test on NCAA basketball.
I am going to venture on to say, man, I'm impressed with Purdue. I'm impressed with Purdue, that I am at this point right now. I know it's early in the season. I haven't seen Marquette play yet. Spoke with UConn, of course, they're the ex-champs, so they're going to be bound up there. But for me right now, for what I'm seeing, I'm hoping I want to see them over a stretch of a period of time, because they've been coming along for the past couple of years, but for some reason, when it gets close to March, they kind of fade a little bit. They start that slipping down the slope. So that being said, I'll keep an eye on them right now, keep watching. Maybe I'm going to pay a little attention to Marquette, but I don't think they're going to get us all said and done. And say what you want, man. Kansas still in the top 5, baby. Still in the top 5.
Ice, I'm looking at the top 25. There are no punks in the top 25. All these teams have a shot. And I haven't seen James Madison, but based on their past kind of play, maybe they're good, maybe they're not, maybe they'll drop out. But I don't see no punks in the top 25. There's like some solid teams in the top 25 this year.
Yeah, you better bring your A game. You better bring your game, because you leave it at home, you might get swooped up. Like you said, Purdue is stepping up early, showing you what's going on. They won a major early tournament, right? The main thing is the guards have to hit shots. Big man's gonna be himself. Edey's gonna be doing his thing, but those guards are shooting shots now, making shots, and that's gonna be important for them to do what they do. Marquette, yeah, size concerns me about Marquette, but Shaka has them playing real hard. They give you a lot. I like that. A lot of them. People sleeping on Arizona, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I keep sleeping. Keep sleeping. I like Arizona. Keep sleeping on them. The other team that really surprised me, I got a chance to watch them. The only thing they're missing is the fact that they're not as big as they were, but they are as nasty. That's UConn. Mm-hmm. UConn is like, we do not give a damn. We got the squad, we run it back, and we want to win it on our terms. I'm not saying they're going to win it all, but they look very impressive. Another team that might be a little bit better this year is Houston. Houston at the 5th spot. Houston is just straight defense. I watched them play Dayton, was it last week or something? And Dayton has a very nice forward that could be an NBA, potential NBA prospect. And one time they threw the ball on the inside, and he went to turn to make a move. And when he picked the ball up, there was 3 Houston teammates on him. And they just took the ball from him. I was like, wow. three guys on one, just whoop, took it and moved on, and they do not quit. They're like that monster in the movies you see you can't kill. Houston just does not stop. Only thing gonna kill Houston is them damn free throws.
Yeah,
Believe me, Sean. Anyway,
like last year.
yeah, back. Free throws is going to kill them. Duke is very good. They're coming into their own. I like Duke as well. But I get off these other two real quick. I watched the game the other night. You know, a lot of people, I think Puma too, loves that Miami. He's all excited about Miami. They made a nice run last year, and a lot of people like Miami. You get them young boys, Kentucky was like, we'll have none of that.
Not so much.
Calipari has a squad. And he doesn't even, they beat what Miami by was 20, 30 down there. One point they was up 30.
Yeah.
And they just run and get up and down.
They needed one.
And they're going to get better. They're going to get better because Kentucky has two of their bigs that are out and they're injured. They probably may not be back until after January. And when that happens, you might want to watch out for them. This kind of reminds me of that John Wall squad they had where everybody talking about all those freshmen, you know, and Anthony Davis talking about they know whether they're going to make a run. They can be very scary because they are very athletic. They get up and down. They play defense. And I'm not going to say they got a token white dude because they do have a white dude on the squad. Shepard can play. Shepard can play because, you know, you got to have a dude on there that kind of, they say, keep everything balanced. Shepard does that, helps them out 100%. And they are a dangerous out. You do not want to play Kentucky as they get better. So you're right, up and down the line. Last but not least, Texas A&M because they have guard power. So it's going to be wide open. It's going to be very hard for Black to pick this year. I know it will be, and he's going to choose Kansas. No, you know what he's going to do? He's going to pick Purdue. I'm telling you right now. When he said that, I like Purdue. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, Black Thor is picking Purdue to win the national championship.
Two teams to watch. North Carolina, they got some three-point shooters, and I'm very impressed with their three-point shooting. And Duke, Roach, the off guard. As he goes, Duke will go. He is the key to Duke winning. Let's go to last second shots. We're going to table the last two stories. Last second shot, Black.
Man, you guys kill me this college basketball, man. All I know is I just keep winning. That's all I know is I keep winning, man. I would say this. I gave Mike Tomlin a hard time about basically hiring a Black assistant, and he elevated me. So I was shocked, man. I'm absolutely shocked. Mike, keep doing it, boss. I mean, put more people in the room that look like you, because when you don't like you, don't expect them to like you.
Ice.
I'm gonna go down to Carolina. Only reason I'm gonna go down to Carolina because they just fired the coach after 11 games, and they said they made the quality pick, the true number one quarterback. That was the best guy, and he simply was better because he had a better Wonderlic score. And now they're saying, well, he's not playing well because he doesn't have a great team as the guy over in Houston. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all was all over Stroud, most of y'all. Y'all said he wasn't no damn good, couldn't win the big game, couldn't run, blah, blah, blah. One thing I will say about the head coach of Houston Texans, he said, I need a quarterback and a leader and somebody that's going to be ready to go. So he went back to back, got a top-notch quarterback at 2, and went back and got that defensive player on the following pick because he was ready to make a difference. People like Stroud because Stroud is not afraid. Stroud says, I have nothing to fear. He got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people don't know, you know, his dad's in jail. Dad's going to be in jail for the next 30 years. So you think this man worried about some damn football that he get paid a lot of money for? He out here like, psh. So y'all keep doubting me. See, that people don't talk about the struggles of dealing with issues that you have at home and you're able to overcome them and still get the job done. Y'all keep doubting that guy. So Carolina, good luck with that. What you should have done in the first place, we said before, you thought you had it all and you had the money to decide what you wanted to. Should have kept the guy over there, was that Wilkes at the time? Mm-hmm. He was 6-6. Damn.
Black mentioned this a couple of years ago, and I've conceded. We got to get the Detroit Lions off the Thanksgiving game. Got to get them out of there. I'm sorry. Do something to save America. They just ruined Thanksgiving Day for you. You're sitting there with your food, and you're ready to watch some good football, and then you get that. Please, NFL, for the love of God, Get Detroit out of there. And then, as a bonus, get Dallas out of there too. Rotate these teams in on Thanksgiving Day. I don't want to see America's team on Thanksgiving. They're not America's team anymore. Let's get away from that. But Detroit got to go first, please. And I know I got a lot of guys who are Detroit fans. I'm sorry. I can't sit there and watch another bad football game at noon, and you just know it just ruined. You don't even want to eat. You just push your plate back from the table and go, okay, I'll eat later. I'll find a movie to watch. I'll do anything but watch football at this particular time. That's our show. We'll be back next week.